and it's Guess It Matters. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, we've been painting the interior of our home, and as we mentioned last week, I feel like it's an ongoing
It
project.
seems like it's never going to end.
Which means that the people on HGTV and DIY are bald-faced liars. They always give me the impression that it's just going to take this entire thing like 30 minutes from start to finish, and that's not even including the commercials. But it ain't what it took. It's taking us longer than that. Longer than that. I mean,
It's a never-ending story.
oh, I used to watch them shows and try to get ideas, and now I'm thinking I'm done with that. I'm never watching another one of those shows again. It was my idea to start repainting the inside of the house anyway.
Yes, it was.
So,
And of course, we love the taping.
no,
you
we
know.
don't. They don't ever talk about that.
And then removing and replacing light switches, plug covers, and then washing the brushes, the rollers,
They don't tell you all that
the
on the
paint
show.
pan.
And now we have to brag on the boys, though. They have done what I thought was the impossible task. They have stayed out of the way and done absolutely nothing.
They've done nothing
As
at all.
sarcastic as I could say that, they've not done. And then, but now let me get this. Now, Mitchie has decided that after we started painting and the paint started going on the walls, that she was going to start upgrading her pictures and her decorative art. She loves all these frames that say love and home sweet home and have the Bible verses, beyond blessed. You know the ones. You like all that stuff.
I love it.
And I told her the other day, I said, you know what? She asked me, she said, don't you like that? I was like, it didn't really make any difference to me. I'm a guy. And, bare walls are good for me. But what they do is they accent the room,
Yes.
right, in a way that makes the room more inviting. Now I will give you that. You've made our room a lot more inviting. And some people pay a lot of money to get people to do that. I mean, right down to putting the right kind of pencil in the right place on a table, and it just accents an entire piece of furniture.
That's right. And it makes it look good.
It does. It makes it. But now we don't put our trust in those Velcro strips anymore, do we?
Oh, man.
We had stuff start falling off the walls for no reason.
Yeah, at about 6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. So, people, a lot of times they walk into a room and they don't even realize it, but they do realize it. Restaurants and hotels, they pay a lot of money for people to stage a room and make a room look more inviting. And, to organize those little accents, where the tables go, how they're placed, what's on the tables and stuff like that. So that when people come into their businesses or their rooms,
They feel cozy.
they feel cozy. Now,
Yeah.
for a singer and a musician, we have to look at this type of accent and organization in a different way. It's not just about the clothes you're wearing, and stuff like that. So today, we're not going to get into that. We're going to discuss the importance of your set list.
Woo! Deep.
Yeah. How it affects your audience and some things that you may be doing that might be hurting you rather than helping you. Right? Oh, but before we get into that, I do have to say that I am still alive. If you've been following our Facebook posts or my personal Facebook posts, you'll realize that I am not an acrobat in my 40s. I tried to be. See, the way it works is I would step up on a step ladder, and then in our kitchen, we were repainting our kitchen. So I'd step up on a step ladder, and then I'd hit one of these stools, and then I'd step across the counter and hit another stool and step back up on the counter. Well, I did that the other night, and I had my glasses on, and I have these bipolar focals that I call them.
Bipolar focals.
Because my eyes doesn't know whether to look far away or close up. And when I stepped off the step stool to the counter, and I was going to hit
Kaboom!
I was going to hit a stool, and the stool was in the line of my bipolar focals, and I missed the stool and I hit the floor.
You scared me.
She said,
Very
"I thought I was having a
badly.
heart attack."
Yeah.
She
I
cried.
almost had a heart attack.
I hit the floor. I mean, I hit the chair laughing, and
But, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, after that big scare, he still had the paintbrush in his hands
yeah.
and a cup of paint
Not one
And
drop spilled.
not one drop spilt nowhere. Nothing was touched with the paintbrush. It was still upright.
I'm the man. I'm a little sore as the man.
Yeah. You've
But
got a big old bruise on that
I
leg.
got a big bruise
and
on my
on your
leg.
elbow.
She said, it's broken. I was like, I'm still walking on it. But here we are. You know, I proved to her once again that I'm a tough cookie.
Yeah.
But she still babies me like,
Well, you scared me.
well, of course I see. I said, I mean, I'm trying to make you. I'm trying to make you relive your younger days, like, you know, a good little form of excitement. You know, you know.
That was a lot of excitement.
That's why men die before women do. They think they're acrobats and they do stuff like Evel Knievel, try to jump the Grand Canyon with a motorcycle. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe my next feat will be to try to ride a
No, let's
bicycle
not
off
do
the
that.
roof. Can I do that?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
No.
You want to keep me around for a few more
I
years?
do want to keep you around.
For a few more
Yeah.
years. Well,
You're there to help me to reach for items in those high, tall places that I can't get to. So you are my legs and my arms.
well, I've got job security, it sounds like.
Most definitely.
Well, come to mention, though, one of the reasons that I was even on the counter to begin with, because when I stand up on the counter flat-footed, I have to do this because my head hits the top of the ceiling. She stands flat-footed on our counters, and she still can't reach over the
That's
top
right.
of
I
the.
have to stand on my tiptoes and
Over the-
barely reach
But-
it.
But we finished with our kitchen, and we finished with our living room, and then she says, and we're finished with our bedroom. We got our bathroom finished, and I said, "Whew, we're finally done." And she said, "No, I've got the laundry room to go." And then I walked in the laundry room, and I remembered that I put all of those new little shelving things on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to be a nightmare.
Plus the boys' bathroom upstairs.
Plus the boys' bathroom upstairs. But that won't be such a big deal. But now that laundry room with the freezer and the shelves. And then she says, "But I may need some more shelves." Of course you do. You need more shelves.
A woman can never have too many shelves.
Or closets.
That's right.
Can never have too many shelves or closets. Give a guy a bookshelf or one of them little wicker baskets in his bathroom and he's set for life. Oh, well, we're going to have fun today, I think.
Yes.
Talking about the set list. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a break right here and jump into this thing and see how it plays out.
Whoopee! Yay!
And we are back. Oh, me. We're talking about set lists today. Did you know that in the 1950s when Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball was doing their first sitcom, The Lucille Ball Show, that it said that they wouldn't change the camera angles but every 30 seconds. And now, since the 1990s, they change the camera angles every 3 seconds or less because people can't sustain their attention.
Wow.
We even keep this podcast around 20 minutes because our analytics say that most people don't even listen past some of my stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I hope everybody listens to all of it. But your set list is important. The most important part of your set list is the first song,
Yes.
the very first song.
That is the very first impression.
It is not the song that you're going to be using to impress anybody. If you're thinking that your entire set list is supposed to impress anybody, then you need to be getting out of the music business and start becoming an acrobat trying to walk on counters. No. But that first song is kind of like a job interview. You walk in, you shake hands, you introduce yourself. That's what that first song is.
That's right.
In country music, the coveted award every year is the Entertainer of the Year award. It sets the bar because radio singles can be finely tuned so much that you don't really get the gist of a real artist. But live shows have to stand up to whatever hype is out there. It means that country music decided that they would award the person that did their job, right? Did their job based on their live performances and their ticket sales. It would be difficult to award a gospel artist Entertainer of the Year because it's not their job. Their job's not to be entertained. We talked about that in the last podcast, the differences. But look at the artists that fill the seats with people that enjoy who they're hearing. You look at that. That's how you do it in gospel music. If a lot of people are showing up, it means you have influence in their life.
That's right.
You remember a guy, you sung with him, with the Kingsman Quartet. His name was Jim Hamill. You remember him?
Oh, my. Ooh, he was an awesome singer.
He was probably a genius utilizing the time spent on stage. I mean, I read a story once that he and the piano player, Anthony Berger, was the only people that knew right before they walked out on stage what the first song was going to be. And Anthony even said that he didn't know until right before he got to the piano what the first song was going to be. Because Jim would study the audience. And if they were following someone else, then their first song would be based on
how they ended.
How that group ended their set would depend on how Jim started the Kingsmen, right? So, you know, if you're on a program and you're the only person that not sharing the stage with anyone else, then your first song is probably simple.
Yeah.
Simple. It's identifiable to your audience. It's easy. It's peaceful. How would you describe what a first song should be?
Could be a hymn song.
Something that engages the audience, right? We talked about that too
Right.
the other day. Something's not too difficult or technical.
And kind of low, easy going.
Yeah, sets the pace.
Yeah.
So if you start your set list with your absolute best song that you've got or your latest released, then what do you have to build on?
Ooh.
Hard to build on that.
Yeah.
It's like I said a while ago, it's like a job interview. You don't walk into a job interview and say, "Hey, here I am. I'm the best thing you'll see today." No, it's not. You go in, you shake hands with that person, you introduce yourself to that person, and you engage with that person. You allow them to ask you questions, you ask them questions, you answer those questions. Same way with the set list. The first song is your way to introduce yourself to the people you're singing.
That's right. That's right.
What would you say a major no-no in an opening song would be?
I would say a major no-no would be having like your soloist, like a tenor or a bass, to start out. It needs to start out everybody together.
Everybody together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not really, you're not really highlighting. It ain't really about who can sing the highest or
That's
who can sing
right.
the lowest or who can hold the lowest note. What you're doing, and it doesn't matter what genre of music you're in, you're taking your audience on an emotional roller coaster. You're introducing yourself first, and then from there is you'll take them up another notch, and then you might take them down a little bit, and then you bring them back up a little bit more, and you take them down, and then you bring them back up a little more, you take them down. You know, if you follow someone and you do the same thing that they're doing when they end their set, then all you're doing is extending what they were doing.
That's right.
Take example. If you were going to follow Elvis Presley,
Oh my.
that would be a hard one to follow. And he sang his last final song he ever sang in a concert was "I Can't Help Falling in Love." I think that's one of the last songs he sung. And you've walked up there and you sing, your opening song was something similar to that one. You didn't take your audience anywhere. You didn't introduce yourself. You just extended him. You walked up there and all they've got on their minds now is that. So it's hard to take them anywhere with you. I heard a story that Blake Shelton in country music was the opening act for Rascal Flatts. And they complained to him because all he did was kind of like a George Strait thing where he just stood behind the microphone. He didn't engage the audience. He just sung his songs and he walked off. And they said, dude, it's taken us 30 minutes to get the audience up to where we are to entertain them. Nobody wants to feel like you've wasted their time. It's probably the most important
That's
thing
right.
that you can say.
Yeah.
When you're approaching your set list. It's not a way for you to impress your audience. Don't look at your set list as a way that you're trying to impress somebody. Mm-hmm. Right?
That's right.
Look at your set list as a way to invite them. Because if you're trying to work up a deal where you're trying to impress them, you impressed someone or they wouldn't have invited you to begin with.
Yeah.
So you are... your set list is designed to, what would you say?
It's designed to accommodate your audience and take them on a ride with your music. That helps them forget about the world outside and anticipate what is next.
Yeah, you always want them to, you want them, you leave this song, want them to go, what are they about to do now?
Yeah.
You don't want somebody to kind of throw you into warp, and usually a roller coaster, if you get on a roller coaster, it's kind of fooling, right? You get on a roller coaster and it slowly goes around that first turn, and then it goes up that long incline, and it's like forever, and you're looking out over the park and you're seeing everything. Then all of a sudden,
And then it just drops
you in, and that's the longest drop you'll take in the entire, because that's the way they're engineered.
Yeah.
So they engineer them after that.
Up and down,
Side to
twirl and spin.
Yeah.
Music can heal and bring peace
Yeah.
to a person and rile them up into a frenzy, no matter the genre. And all you got to do is allow your set list to form with that in mind.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you are doing a service for your audience.
Yeah.
If you're a secular musician, you want to entertain your audience,
Yep.
make them feel part of it, get them to the edge, and send them on that ride they stood in line for.
That's right.
For gospel music singers, music is used as a way to minister to the hurting, the broken, and the uninspired. And the set list you bring to them should keep that in mind.
That's right.
And not so much as whether or not they will be impressed by your high note singing or your low singing, any vocal inflections, or how long you can hold an ending.
Yeah. Allow your audience to give you the cues to know how to move through your set list. And then that way it leaves them with a sense that you've not wasted their time.
Exactly.
Hey, it's been awesome to be here today. Have you enjoyed this?
I've enjoyed it.
Hey, it's Guess It Matters. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Subscribe, people. Like and subscribe.
Guess It Matters.
It matters to us.
Love you.
Love you.